Howdy. It is Jacob Crotty here, Insurasales, with Mr. Prez here, Luke Acree, Reminder Media. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man.
Good.
Thanks for having me on the show. I
Good.
appreciate it.
We are here today at the SWAT conference. Luckily, we were able to scoop him up here for a second. But for those of you that don't know him, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So Luke Acree, like you said, I'm president of Reminder Media, so I run a marketing company. So we've been blessed. We help insurance agents, which what I always say is the most critical thing in your business. How do you keep in touch with your database? Everybody wants to get more referrals. Everybody wants to get renewals. Mm-hmm. I never have to convince or sell agents or agency owners that you got to keep in touch with your database. The question is not should you, it's just how. How do you do it effectively? We have a really unique way to do it. We actually create a 48-page coffee table publication for the agent's business. It's like their magazine. So it's not filled with a ton of ads.
So it's better than AARP.
There you go.
In the Costco magazine.
Right.
Just a tip. If you are an agent that is contracted with AARP, you're going to get a hell of a lot of magazines. And you're never going to read them because if you're like me and you're 30 years old, it's all for the senior clientele. But they're good to read to keep a hold of. So actually a magazine that's worth a day.
It's actually interesting. It's like the Medicare space, obviously super popular, but we have a bunch of different topics. So if you do mortgage home protection, we have a home magazine. But the two ways people love it, one is the obvious. It's a nice drip to keep in touch with your clients, right? So most of the time people are keeping in touch through postcards, emails. Nothing wrong with that, but it's like you've bought a piece of furniture before, right? When your furniture store sends you an email, what do you do with it?
Oh, it immediately goes in trash.
So you buy a car, your car dealership sends you a postcard, what do you do with it? And everybody does the same thing. It's lottery marketing. You glance at it, if the promo doesn't hit you at the exact right time where you're in the buying mode, for it's ever on that email subject line or that postcard, you toss it. And so the magazine, we've been at it for over a decade, and we have found that people don't throw it away. And that's really the interesting psychological effect is people pull it out of their mailbox. And because of the quality, because this is not like a Clipper magazine, it's like a Better Homes and Garden, a Forbes type quality magazine. They pull it out of their mailbox, and because of the quality, they don't throw it away. They bring it into the home. We track statistically it lives in the home for 4 weeks. So imagine like having a billboard in somebody's home for 4 weeks. I hate to tell people this, but maybe you're in the restroom, but they see you every day, man. Every day they're seeing your face, they're seeing your brand. And what we have found is branding is the key, right? You got to get known, like, and trusted. So part of getting known is you got to be in front of people consistently. So the magazine gets you in front of people. But here's the real thing I've learned over the years of doing this. Insurance agents are lead junkies, so they're good at calling. But what they don't call is they don't call their database of clients to ask them for referrals. It is just, I've been at this now it's almost been 18 years. And I work in 142 different industries. So insurance is not my only industry. And I work, like last year I worked with 63,000 clients. And what's interesting that I've seen is that people all know relationships are the name of the game, but they don't call their relationships and they don't ask them for referrals. Dale Carnegie gave a crazy study that said 91% of your customers will refer, 11% of salespeople will ask. And so the magazine, the real magic is it gives you a reason to call. Because I promise you, I don't know, I guess the camera's here. So your clients right now, you're probably not calling them. Maybe somebody you sold a policy to a year ago because you don't want to be the salesy insurance agent. So if I sell you a policy a year ago and I never talk to you, and then all of a sudden I call you out of the blue and I start talking insurance, what do you know immediately?
You're going to sell me something.
Exactly. Yeah. So people don't call their clients, they don't ask for referrals because they don't want to be the salesy insurance agent, so they don't do it. The magazine, because it's just a nice magazine, Home and Garden, or there's a business one, there's a home one. Now I can call you up and go, hey, Jake, was thinking about you today because I actually just got my latest issue of Start Healthy magazine. It reminded me I'm sending it to you as a gift, man. Hey, I know we haven't talked in 8 months. I can't believe it's been 8 months since we got you set up with your insurance. I just wanted you to know I'm sending it to you because I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the relationship. It's just a gift, something nice that I do for my clients. If you get the chance, Megan and I last week, and we tried the blueberry pancake recipe. It's amazing. You guys should try it. So I get to have a conversation with you about just normal everyday life. And then I get to do what every great insurance agent is amazing at, which is, hey man, love being your agent. And I have a lofty goal for my business this year. I want to help 50 families make sure that they have the right information, they're protected. When I think of the people I want to work with, man, if I could work with 50 of you, I mean, I know you might not think that's great, but I think that'd be amazing. It'd be incredible. Is there anybody you could connect me with? Maybe they're not looking to buy insurance right today, but I'd love to be a resource, maybe send my magazine to them, just to be connected, have a conversation with them. Anybody you know? The average person right now is connected to 3 to 5 people that need your expertise. If you just send the magazine to 50 people and make these phone calls, that's 250 opportunities. You're not going to get them all. Can you get 10%? 25 new policies from spending a couple $100? And so that's really been the gold behind this. It's like my top producers realize, wait a second, this gives me a non-salesy way to call my database, and they don't feel like I'm selling them, and I gave them a gift. So when you're given a gift, what do you want to do? You want to reciprocate. And so now I can ask for, hey, can you help me? I have a lofty goal for my business. I'm trying to help 50 families. Do you know anybody that you could help me towards this goal? Well, I just gave you a gift. So you want to reciprocate. So there's a lot of psychology going on. So anyways, that's been you can tell I love this stuff, but
it's you know what the funniest thing about this is I do something like this that is very similar psychology-wise, especially since we mainly work in the I work in the Medicare field. So in our CRM system, I love to take notes, like prolific notes about what we talked about, grandkids' names, whatever. And I kid you not, my clientele out of almost now 2,000 people I have, probably about 75% are women.
Makes sense.
It's just me and grandmas.
It's relational, man.
All day. So what I do to kind of prepare myself for it, if I really build that relationship with somebody, by the end of the conversation, we're both like, I wish I could hug you right now.
It's so
perfect. Good. But I'll leave a note in there that I say, like Jacob's grandma. Because I know if this person calls in, I don't just want your little half-ass, okay, yeah, like I'll see when he's off the phone, I'll have him give you a call. Like, you treat this lady like she's family.
Dude, I need you to be the spokesperson of our company.
But here's your catch here. Do you know what I ask him when I ask for referrals? No. I say, look, I love you like my grandma, but is there an aunt or an uncle that you know?
Yeah, that's so good,
that you can send over, and just game over.
Yeah, it's so good. There's a hack I give people when I speak on referrals, because like there's many ways to do this. The magazine, the reason why it's so effective is because it's automated. You don't have to do anything as the agent. High quality, so you are proud of what you're sending and your clients like it, and then it's relational, so you get to talk about things like in there are recipes and health content and things that relate on life. So the reason why it works is it's less than a Hallmark card, so you can do it at scale for your database, your own magazine for literally less than like a greeting card. A Hallmark card is going to cost you. But I teach people on referral marketing, it's the Ford method, so anybody in sales knows Ford method when you're networking is family, occupation, recreation, dreams. So family, occupation, recreation, dreams. So in your CRM, so you're talking about the grandma, right, the aunt and uncle. When you have Luke Acree in your CRM, you need to go, do I know Luke Acree's family? That he's married to his wife, Megan, that he has 2 kids, that he has a dog. Do I know his occupation, that he's president of Reminder Media? Do I know his recreation, that he's super involved in music, like I play in my church praise band and stuff like that? Do I know that about Luke? And then here's the catch, like, do I know Luke's dreams? Because you as an agent play in a massive part in my dreams. You're protecting my dreams. You're protecting my assets. You're helping set me up for future retirement. All the things I want to accomplish in dreams. So when you look at your CRM, like you're talking about, take your fields and spell out, create custom fields, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. When you have your convos with people, take your notes. And if you know those 4 pillars on somebody, you have a great relationship with them.
That's a whole lot better, because right now I go caps, enter. And then down, dog's name, whatever it is. The one I've gotten myself into now, which, Lewis, you're a buddy of mine. I know you're probably not going to watch this, but if you're on YouTube, I know you're healing up right now. You probably got some time. Hope you're doing good. But one of my guys that it's so funny, I've never sold him anything because he's, bless his heart, he's just never been healthy enough to qualify.
Okay.
But I've always been there to help. In the last conversation we had, this is 3 or 4 years in the making, he was talking about how he's a part of this fishing club in Austin. Now, I live about 20 miles north of Austin. So he's like, yeah, you should come give us a try here. It's called the Austin Christian Bass Fishing Club. So I was like, all right, man, you know what? I'll join up. He was like, yeah, it's just a bunch of old timers. It's a one-time deal. So I go to it last month for my very first meeting. And immediately when I walk in, I get profiled as hard as I've ever been profiled, where it's just men that are all 70 and above.
Yeah, who is this whippersnapper?
And they go, he knows we're old, right? Like, they had to vote me in. It was the funniest thing ever. But for me, that was an opportunity to go, okay, look, I really like this guy. We have a really great relationship. This isn't even about selling anymore.
But I bet you you're gonna.
This is more about him. So for now, it's, I've been trying to help Lewis. Lewis kind of brings me into his world as an attempt to say, hey, why don't you come on with us here, to fill me out a little bit. And then once I go, it's floodgates are going to open. Am I going to get to fish with some amazing people? Yeah. Is there a lot of drama, like a reality TV show, like 90 Day Fiance? Yeah. Much more drama than you would think for a senior Christian bass fishing club.
Dude.
But it'll be worth it.
It's so good and spot on. I heard this one time. So my obsession, I love marketing, right? So you guys love insurance and building a business and all that. I love marketing. It's what I do 80 hours a week. And the saying is so true. If you want to get rich, do direct response marketing, which 99% of insurance agents live in that world. It's lead junkies. There's nothing wrong with buying leads. You should buy leads. Like direct response, you're just chasing the next deal, chasing the next deal. You want to get wealthy, build a brand. The biggest companies in the world, the most successful companies in the world, they have a brand. Louis Vuitton does not rely on direct response marketing. They can do it, but they don't rely on it. Nike doesn't. Apple doesn't. All the biggest companies in the world, they don't. They built a brand. Brand is about relationship equity. It is about you're depositing in the bank account of all these people in the bass fishing Christian whatever club. You're depositing in these relationship bank accounts, brand equity. And now they're getting to know you. They're getting to like you. And I bet you anything, as you show consistency and you show up for them in their life, they will begin to trust you. And then as they start to understand what you do, all of a sudden, all that brand equity, all that relationship equity that you've deposited will now switch to your business. And that's where the magic happens. And it's like so many people, they just don't see business that way. And I think it's what kills them. I think it's why they feel like they're on a hamster wheel, constantly chasing the next lead, constantly wondering, where's my next deal going to come from? And they don't realize, man, if you just pause for a second and go, let me look at my database. How do I deposit in the relationship accounts of all these people and actually nurture them? You would have an exponential amount of referrals. I mean, we're at this SWAT conference and we heard Pete talk about his referral pitch. And he showed a way, I wish you guys were here so you could see it. He showed a way where you can get 2,100 referrals a year, 2,100 plus referrals a year if you're just mediocre at what you do. And they're all free. And they're all free. And it's simple, I'll give you a hint. It's simply just reach out to your database and actually ask them for referrals.
Just ask people.
Actually nurture people. and I'm telling you, most people don't do it because they don't have a reason to do it. And that's why my company's been super successful. God's blessed us, so I give him the honor. But it's been super successful because it's literally giving people a reason to call and ask for referrals.
I think the direct way of doing that is so much better than from what you see from people that talk about SEO and web leads and everything like that. Nowadays, with how it goes, you really have to kind of have an eye, especially to, we kind of fall back on Medicare here. You talk about certain plans that are available and how often people can switch. If you get yourself a website lead that has put their information in, it's not the first time they've done it.
It's probably 8 other people.
It's not the last time they've done it either.
Yeah.
They know what to do now. Do you really think unless you wow the socks off that person, they're going to stay with you?
Yeah.
No. You are going to have to nurture the hell out of it if you don't start from the very beginning. And what's the best way to start? Actually branding yourself for it. So my question for you here, though, this is an off the wall here. This is a magazine
question. Give me a hardcore question.
Okay. What would be the one recipe if I sent you a magazine that you would call me about?
Yeah.
And you go, I got to call that guy.
Yeah. Okay. The one recipe probably, if I went dessert, it would be probably some apple crisp, apple pie recipe. Okay. If it was, a meal, it'd probably be like some type of wings. I'm a sucker for wings, dude. I love freaking wings. I got to tell you, you talking about the Clipper magazines and stuff like that, the only coupon that gets me Yeah.
It's not margarita coupons, massage coupons, carpet cleaning. No. You know what it is?
I took you as a carpet cleaning guy, though. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We actually, God bless my wife here. Since we were here all week, I actually had somebody come to the house and clean it today for her birthday. So happy birthday, Shell. But the one coupon I will always clip out, buy 5 pounds of crawfish, get one for free. If you want to market to southern houses
it makes sense,
and
man.
get the male population, 5 pounds, 1 pound for free. That would get me every time.
I had a lady, Jane Shaw, close $800,000 annuity off of a turkey recipe. And you would go, what? Like, how does a turkey recipe generate $800,000 annuity? I mean, it's simple. It's business, but it's she was keeping in touch with this guy for 2 years, sending him a magazine. She came up at a conference in Phoenix, a True Choice conference, and just gave me a hug. I don't know Jane personally, but she just literally hugged me. She goes, Luke, I got to tell you this story. I was like, okay. And she said, I've been sending a magazine for 2 years to this gentleman, never talked to him other than really just sending a magazine to him. He calls me out of the blue and says, Jane, I just want to thank you. I made your turkey recipe in your magazine for my family get-together, because I guess it was around Thanksgiving time frame. And he goes, it was a huge hit. And I just wanted to thank you. I really appreciate the magazine, all this stuff. And so she does, here's the key, she does what everybody should do. She starts catching up with him. Oh, that's amazing. How's life been going for you? Finds out he just sold a vacation home. Had like $800,000, wasn't sure what he wanted to do with it, and ends up picking up an $800,000 piece of annuity business from a turkey recipe. And so what's the lesson for all of us there? Look, you don't need, obviously, I love my magazine. I would love for people to try it, right? You don't need my magazine. You just need to understand that, hey, it's about relationships. So why would you want to use us? Because we're just a leverage piece for you to automate something nice, go into your clients that deposits in the equity in the relationship account so you can make a phone call. So we automate it, streamline it, all that stuff. But if you're willing to do it yourself, do it yourself. Pick up that phone, send something to your clients, call them, understand life's about relationships, relationships equal revenue, and if you do that, you'll win.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty simple, guys. That's the way to do it. I mean, that's the way I've been doing it here since I've started doing it. That led me to leading our sales team. That's the way you're doing it as well. I really think now when we talk about the future, not only health business, but really business just in general, is we're getting back to, no matter what happens, that personal approach and that relationship is going to be far more superior than anything else. You know why? I've worked in tech sales before. I've done that. And before that, I worked in hockey. So it was a really weird kind of road for me to Medicare.
And now
here.
he's part of bass fishing club.
Now I'm in a bass fishing club with my partner's a guy that has dementia, and he drives the boat. So
that's amazing.
Dude, it's for the stories, man.
Every time you get on, you're like, Lord.
I'm not praying to catch fish. I'm praying to get home.
Exactly.
Type. But with the way everything's going, people want the relationship aspect of it. That's just how it is. That's how it's always going to be from now on. You can automate as much as you want, but at the end of the day, somebody has to shake your hand or meet you and say, I put my trust in this person, let's ride.
Yeah, you can literally study the psychology, the decision-making part of the brain, and the movement part of the brain is emotional. And so that's why relationships win, because they're emotional. And it's like, it's not features, like features tell, stories sell. Because it's emotional, right? So if people get to know you, they get to like you, they get to trust you, it can move the emotion where they actually buy from you. So,
and the key to it, a transaction, I can go to 7-Eleven right now and make a transaction. But if I purchase something with you, not only am I getting something, I'm also getting you.
Exactly.
That's the difference. You and your business and what you're doing, it's not a transaction, it's an investment.
Bingo.
So, how do they get you?
So would love to obviously talk to you, and super appreciative of coming on. I love this stuff, so I really feel honored to be able to be interviewed, to be on the show. If you want to check out the magazine, it's remindermedia.com. So remindermedia.com, you can get a sample, a PDF sample of the magazine. You can see everything like pricing, book a time to talk to us. I would love to connect with you. If you're on social, you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Just look for Luke Acree, and Acree is A-C-R-E-E. So Luke Acree, and I'm really active on Instagram. So I would love to connect with you there. And if you have questions, if I can help you in marketing in any way, I would love to meet you.
Perfect. Well,
awesome.
Thank you for coming on, Luke.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching here, and we will one up the referral here. If you know somebody who needs help like this, doesn't matter what business it can be. It can apply practically anything. Any type of generating new leads for you, send this to somebody. There's a share button at the bottom. You can copy the link, do it the old way. I still do that myself, even with my iPhone. I identify as a 60-year-old man. It's okay. I hate the little share button thing. So share that to somebody who needs to hear it. Thank you all for watching. God bless you. This is Jacob Crotty with Insurasales. Y'all have a great one.